Hey guys, Holly from Vapemore with a third weekly live. I think I'm first one here again, which is good. I like to be on time. Shame you guys don't. I forgot to get. Damn, I need to give Kev a shout out. So while we're with people to arrive, I'll just have a look up what I need to give Kev a shout out for. I'd say, do you know who Kev is? But there's no one here. There's somebody here. And I also need to. Do you know what? I've been sat here for the last 10 minutes. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Gaming Vapor. Hello, Catherine. For you lot that aren't usually here by now, we generally have 5 minutes of just chilling around, general chat, and then start, just to give people chance to get here. So what's everyone been up to? I hope you've been enjoying lockdown. I have. I think it's quite enjoyable. There's something quite nice and relaxing about not having to do things. I'm just looking because I don't know if you know Kev, that I used to do the flavour reviews with. He's launched a channel and I need to get a shout out. Not doing oot. Not doing oot. Staying in house. Happy days, happy days. Do you like my missus' painting? My missus has just done some painting. See if I can move camera. Just an abstract wall. I think it's quite cool, to be fair. And because there's only a certain amount of colour to use, it cost about £4 to do. Well, about £3 because she uses sample paint pots, which are about £1.25, £1.50 each. It's pretty cool. But I think she matches your colours perfectly. Cece, you made it. Hello. Eat my noob. Noobie, noobie, noobie. I'm just going to log into YouTube on my laptop so I can be on the live chat with you all. I got done on my first video for not doing that, for anyone that doesn't know. Can you hear me alright? Because there's quite a lot of echo in here. And I'm not going to lie, I don't watch these back. Oh, my YouTube channel finally is 1.2k subscribers. Interesting fact, it took me about 9 months to get to 1,000. I don't know, Michelle, but you'll find interesting fact. I don't know about currently because the statistics are generally slightly off. But a lot of my subscribers are from America. And I think you're from America, aren't you, CC? So Michelle, you're not the only one. And I ain't got many mods at all. I've got probably 3 or 4 because I give them all away. And that's the reason I do give my stuff away. Purely because when I started doing reviews, I thought, well, I don't want a shelf full of mods that I'm never going to use again. The same with RDAs and stuff. No matter how good I say an RDA is, I'll only ever use one. And then if I find something better, I end up sticking with that one. So I've only got 1 or 2. See, my channel is so connected to America. To be fair, Gamer, the reason that I managed to do so many reviews is because I've got a shop. So I managed to get things at wholesale price, which made it a bit cheaper. But you don't have to. I mean, what a month, and if you just look around on websites that are selling one-off deals or whatever, then you can generally get cheap stuff, and you know, I mean, if you do one review, like for example, if you buy a kit, you can do the RDA and the mod review separately. It makes it a bit cheaper. For anyone that is looking, and that is a good thing, if anyone wants to like buy some new hardware like once a month or something, if you check out esig1.co.uk, I think we're based in Derby, so quite close to me, although there is no actual link between us. They do some really, really cheap giveaways. So that's worth checking out if anyone wants some cheap stuff. And then you can, I mean, I've never ever asked anyone for free products for a review because I think it's cheeky for a start, but I don't want to be sponsored in any way. I mean, I do freelance for Easy Click, but that is just freelance, and I have got the freedom to say what I want about that device. Obviously, there's an editor that changes the wording a little bit, but in regards to my opinions, that's fully taxed. I can say it's as good or as bad as I want to, and nobody ever says out to me about what I shouldn't do. Nice part of the world. Right, so let's crack on with the questions. Now we're all affiliated with each other. I like you all talking. You should all follow each other on Instagram and stuff. Get a nice little vape million crew going on. Can't get a Falcon coil. See, apparently the Falcon and the Falcon King coils are the same, but I've tried once or twice and I can't get the coils to match cross-compatible. Maybe it's only one direction. Because another thing, I don't know if anyone ever noticed, but I released the coil compatibility table. It was supposed to be an open source project for everyone to get involved in, but it didn't really take off. But someone once replied to me on a forum, yeah, but that's already been done. There's this list. Everything on this list is compatible with each other. But it weren't true, because, for example, the cube tank takes the SMOC V8 coils, but the SMOC V8 doesn't take the cube coils. And that's purely because at the bottom of the coils, it's shaped like a code, and on the SMOC it's square. But if anyone, I mean, that's vapemill.co.uk/compact, COMPAT, I think. It's still up, so you can have a look, you can add your own coils in and stuff. It's worth having a look, just to go back. And while we're here as well, I promised Kev, if anyone's ever watched the flavour reviews I do, which is one of my least popular type of videos, Kev's now launched a gaming channel. So that gamer dude, vaping dude, you get on it, it's Voodoo Zombie, VOODOO Zombie, ZMOBIE. I'll put it in the description, but he's a sound guy. Yeah, to be honest, I prefer RDAs. But still, it's handy to know, especially if you're a shopkeeper or own a shop. I'm sorry, I didn't have the shave as well. I've been meaning to have one all day just for you guys, and I forgot. Sorry. But today's questions took me a lot longer to write than the rest of the questions because it's getting harder to think of actual questions. So without further ado, shall we go through who's leading? Let's go through who's leading first. So, after last week's, the total scores are Catherine, you've got 11, Eat My Noob, you've got 8, Jig of Wine, 7, Jay, 7, Michelle York, 5, Tilly Sam, 4, George, 3, Matt, 2, Derek, 2, and Catherine, 2, that doesn't make sense. No, I put Catherine on twice. And then Steve Clark, 1. Let's go on with the questions. This, by the way, is this week's review and giveaway. It's the Helvate RDA. I can't remember its name. But it's practically the same as the Drop Dead. No, it is the Drop Dead. It's the exact same as the Drop. Dead Rabbit. Anyway, let's move on. You can find out Thursday. So, different types of questions this week. Same as usual, you can bounce on with one answer unless it's a 2-answer question. Don't post 2 answers or you're disqualified. Everybody who gets it right wins a point. If I told you to get me some Chemful from the shop for my RDA, I need it with the composition 80% nickel, 20% chromium. What 4 letters would you see on the packaging? It's a really simple question if you actually think about what I'm saying. So I want some nickel. No, I don't. I want some Chemful. It's not called Chemful, but I want some vape wire. 80% nickel, 20% chromium. What four letters will you see on the packaging? Letters and numbers, really. Nika? Nika? I hope that's not a brand. I don't want brand names. I want the actual material. No, it's not NCHR. But that is, I see where you went there, and it's not Nika either. The NI is right. The NI is correct. It's just the CA that's wrong. And I do see where Catherine McGuinn, that's the actual chemical compounds. We'll get 20 seconds. 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10. I missed 11. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What I was looking for was Ni80, capital N, lowercase I, 80. And that basically stands for nichrome and then 80% nickel. So no one gets a point. I like it when nobody gets a point. So, next question. In 2016, cigarette smoke. We'll try again. In 2016, cigarette and tobacco companies spent a ton of money advertising. In 2016, tobacco companies in the United States spent $1 million per A, month, B, week, C, day, or D, hour. How much money did the tobacco companies spend? Was it £1 million an hour, £1 million a day, £1 million a week, or £1 million a month? Dollars, I mean, it's not pound. So it's not directly related to vape, but I feel it is because I also feel that the tobacco industry has wedged the way in a bit, which is a good thing because if the tobacco industry didn't wedge the way in, they'd have wedged us out, I suppose. Well, I think they tried quite a bit, to be fair, and now they lobby on our behalf because they've got big companies in it. Tick tock, tick tock, tick. What was some of the song that starts like that with Madonna? I think it was Madonna and Justin Timberlake, weren't it? Tick tock, tick tock. Yeah, like for some like action film. Anyhow, 20, 19, 18. Did the US tobacco industry spend £1 million a month, week, day, or hour advertising tobacco products? 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, cigarette companies spent $8.7 billion on cigarette advertising in 2016. And that equates to just over $1 million per hour on a 24-hour day. That is fucking ridiculous. So, on that answer, CC, you get a point. Welcome to the leaderboard. Third week, CC. 1. Hey guys, how are you doing? Shall we go on to the next one? Shall we talk a bit? Yeah, that is an amazing spending. I wish I could spend £1 million a year, yet alone a day. Um, so last week we talked about the three big companies from EC Click, online UK retailers. I'm sorry for you American gals. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to you American gals, but this is a UK online retail thing. So you can guess, I suppose. But the top three UK online retailers is Evolution Vaping, eSig1 and Vaping 101, all.co.uk. But which of them companies is the newest? So who formed last? Evolution Vaping, eSig1 or Vaping 101? Which one? Actually, I'm sorry to you American gals. I was going to put some more American-based questions in, then I thought it's Vape Mill UK, so it wouldn't be very fair on the UK if I... Interesting. Interesting. We've got one answer for each so far. Yet again, tonight, I'm not quite sure for how long we're staying on for, but in the UK we're supposed to be clapping at 8 o'clock again, so you've got me for the very most another 40 minutes. Five, four, Evolution Vaping, eSig1 or Vaping 101. 3, 2, 1. Boom. Let's have a look at the live feed. Strangely, the only person to get it right. See, you've let me down again, Catherine. And Noob. I think you're from the UK, aren't you, Noob? Both let me down. The only person who got it right was Cece. So, it's Cece's first video, and she's already the only person on the leaderboard. Well done, Cece. It was indeed eSig 101. Vaping 101. eSig.co.uk. eSig 1 was formed in 2014. Evolution Vaping was formed in 2014. And Vaping 101 was formed in 2016. Let's just check up with the comments. Yeah, a lot of people have been, rather than just clapping, they've been using, like, kids have been using saucepans and spoons and stuff. I just clap, I'm a boring old fart like that. Although, before all this happened, I had printed some whistles. And I was planning on blowing one of them. But then again, Lily, the 2-year-old, is usually in bed, just above. So if I want to clap loud, I also don't want to be keeping her awake and all the other toddlers on the street. A clap's loud enough. The NHS staff can hear it from the clap, so that'll do. I'm telling you, I'm really good about it. Boris Johnson in hospital. It's one of the minutes where every day I'm like, oh, is he out yet? Is he out yet? Is he out yet? What a time to have a leader down. Anyway, moving on, back to one of them themed questions again, because these sorts of questions are the easiest to come out with. So, does everyone know who Kangatech is? And I'm sure you know the rest as well. Vaporesso, Vandivape, and Sigeli. All pretty renowned companies in the industry. I think out of the three, Vandivape is probably my favourite. Although I have always wanted a Sigeli Chaos tank, because it's got a clear cover so you can see the motherboard. And I love see-through exposed motherboards. Anyway, Vaporesso, Vandivape, Sigeli and Kangatech. Who is the oldest company? Which company was around first? Vaporesso, Vandivape, Sigeli or Kangatech? Do 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 do. I suppose anyone that's this answer did surprise me, but for how long I've been vaping, it were a little bit obvious. Um, just because they were around when I was vaping, when I first started vaping, which has got to be, how old am I? 8 years ago, roughly. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4 answers. We'll give 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You all get a point. Congratulations. It is Kangatech. Kangatech was formed in 2007. So, CC, you get another point. Leaderboard. Michelle, you get a point. Catherine, you get a point. And Newbie, you get a point. Congratulations. Am I doing something wrong tonight? Last week I was getting more and more viewers. This week I'm getting less and less. Starting to make me feel a bit insecure. Only joking. To be fair, I wouldn't be watching if I were at home. Let's move on. The next question. Oh yeah, that same question. Vaporesso, Vandevape, Sagi, and Kangatech. Who is the newest company? Vandevape, Vaporesso, Sagele, and Kangatech. It's obviously not Kangatech, so Sagele, Vandevape, or Vaporesso. Who is the newest? Is that everyone answered? I think that's everyone answered. We'll give you 5 seconds just in case. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I forgot. It was Vandevape. So Kangatech came first in 2007. Sagele came around the block in 2011. Vandevape came last in 2016, and just before that, Vaporesso came in 2015. So very close. Between Vaporesso and Vandevape. I don't even know if it was a full year because I don't know what months, but yeah. So Nuba and Michelle. Oh, there we go. Nuba, you've got 2. Michelle, you've got 2. Catherine, you've got 1. Come on, Catherine, you can do this. And Cece's leading with 3. Congratulations. I feel like I'm leading a bingo wall. Right, this question is easy if you're a proper subscriber. If you support me full-heartedly, you'll know the answer to this question. You've got 5 seconds to answer it, so get your fingers ready. Are your fingers ready? What number did I post on the video on Tuesday for the V8 kit? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, Cece, you best have answered that. Ah, Cece, come on. No, Cece, you've took too long. I can't give you a point. I'm sorry. But everyone else got a point. So Michelle's now got 3. Catherine's got 2. And Nubi's got 3. I'm not going to give it, but Nubi actually deserves 2 points for answering before the question even arised. In fact, no, I think I did decide I'm going to give you all 2 points. But I didn't say that before, so now I feel sorry for CC. So I can't give you 2 points, couldn't say it before. Anyhow, onwards and upwards. A slightly different question this time. vaping is not legal everywhere in the world. So, here's going to be 4 countries. Only one of them it is legal to sell. The other 3 it is illegal to sell vape devices. So, Colombia, Brazil, Iran, and Japan. Which country is it not illegal to sell vaping devices? Which country is it not illegal to sell vaping devices? Colombia, Brazil, Iran, and Japan. Hey Derek, how do you do? We'll give Derek a few seconds to answer this one. Derek, vaping is selling vaping devices is illegal in all of these countries apart from one. Colombia, Brazil, Iran, and Japan. Which one is it? I've also moved my lights, which it doesn't make a difference. See, there's one down here now rather than there, and there's one down here rather than there. Although my monitor is still in my way. Now, I think what Nubia's done there is you see that everyone else has said something different, so he's been like, so, Noob, shame on you for trying to cover yourself on that one. But you're right, it is Japan, although it is illegal to sell liquid with nicotine in, which is the same here, to be fair. I don't know if people in the US know, but in the UK and the rest of Europe, it is illegal to sell big bottles with nicotine in. The max amount of nicotine allowed is 20 milligram, and any bottle bigger than 10 ml isn't allowed to come with nicotine in it. So we do short fills, which is 60 ml bottle, 50 ml liquid, 100 ml bottle, 80 ml liquid, blah blah blah. And then we put a 1080 milligram shot in to top it up to 3 milligram. So for your points, Derek, you got 1. Michelle, Catherine, Cece. So everyone but Newbie, rightly so. Derek 1, Newbie. I'm right tempted to take one off you for getting it wrong. And then trying to cover for it. Ba 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 ba. And this is a similar question to last week, but it's a lot harder. It requires actual knowledge rather than mathematic calculations. Are you ready, kids? Oh, I counted. I can't hear you. Have you got your battery databases at the ready? And this is a really, really hard one. Which vape battery has the highest stable current? I told you it was an hard one. I wouldn't have known. I'd have had absolutely no idea. There is that many different vape batteries out there. So I'll give you a clue. It's a 21700 battery. As of last week, you should know that 21 stands for the diameter, 70 stands for the width, for the length, and the 0 stands for shape. Who lives in a pineapple under a sea? Yeah, no, but you need to tell me the actual battery, the brand and the model. I don't think anyone's going to get it. Are you going to get it? Stop saying 21700. That's not the right answer. That's just the size of the battery. There's lots of 21700s. I'm just going to tell you because you're not going to get it, are you? I'm sorry. Too hard. I tried to make it a little bit harder, but that's too hard. It is the... It's not the Sony 3090, no. It is the Samsung 30T. It has a 35 amp stable current, 60 amp max current. It is indeed 21700, and it has a 3100 milliamp hour capacity, 3100. I feel bad for asking the next question now. Does my little bit of bumfle feel ginger? In certain light, it looks ginger. It's not, it's black. See, it's black. Anyway, moving on. The next one, I feel really bad because it's a similar sort of question. Which battery, the brand and the code, like the last one was Samsung 30T, which battery has the highest capacity in milliamp hour? There's two that have the same, so let me know which. It's really hard. I'm sorry, I feel really guilty now. The next one's easy though, so you're alright. It is the Samsung 48G. It has 4,800 milliamp hour. 10 amp stable, 15 amp max. Like, I'm sorry, only people that really know that's mech users. Eat My Noob's obsessed with Sony, obviously. Do you know, I was saying this one a while ago. When I first started vaping, Sony and eFest were the most popular batteries. And now, for some reason, Samsung seems to be the most popular, especially around here anyway. But there you go. Right, a nice, simple, easy question. Holy bumfuck, that's hard. A nice, simple, easy question for you all. PG and VG, propyl glycerine and vegetable glycol. No, that's wrong around. Vegetable glycol and propyl glycerine. Anyway, PG, VG, you know your stuff. I don't own any Sony batteries, but I'm just going to guess Sony every time. PG and VG, which one gives you the most throat hit? I am froze, sorry, I was just staring. I told you it was easy. Maybe a little bit too easy, me believes. Staying cloud. I am indeed. I thought you were leaving me, man. I thought that was the flagship of Bye. That's not me. So all five of you get a point for that. Of course it was. Well, it's not easy. Congratulations. I don't mean to belittle your answers. So CC, you've got 5. Michelle, you've got 5. Catherine, 4. Newbie, 4. Derek, 2. I think Derek's doing quite good. He's only just arrived. PG, VG again. Which one gives you the most cloud? That's the trick I was trying to show you last week. But it weren't working for some reason. PGVG, which one gives you the most cloud? 5, 4, 3. Come on, CC. 2. PGVG, which one gives you most cloud? It's all over. The game had finished. CC, how can you not know that? It's VG. So everybody gets a point, but CC. Terrible. Just fell from the lead. So, one more then we'll go through scores. PG and VG. Which one of the brothers, sisters, whatever, gives you the most flavour? One of the flavours, one of the ingredients carries a flavour. But is it PG or VG? Make up your mind. I think I should be on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. 50-50. Call a friend. Oh, dear. Oh, CC, come on. Come on, CC. You can do it. Oh, CC. Oh, where does that? And Catherine. No, it's PG, guys. PG carries a flout. Flout? PG carries a flout. Done it again. It's not flour, it's flavour. PG carries a flavour. And it also gives you a throat hit. VG gives you the vapour production. You'll find competitive vapors generally use pure VG, which is really strange. If you've ever done that, you kind of feel it going in, but because there's no flavour and no PG, you can't quite tell how much you've took in. I mean, like, it's dead crazy. Yeah, alright. Mix my words up. So, Catherine, you got it wrong. Cece, you got it wrong. Derek's 4. Newbie's 6. Did Michelle answer? Michelle? PG. You did indeed. 7. That puts Michelle into the lead. And I think... I'm just looking who got most points last week. I thought Michelle got... fair enough. That puts Michelle into the lead with 7. Cece and Catherine, you've got 5. Newbie, you've got 7. And Derek, you've got 4. Congratulations. I can tell you the other stuff you're coming. What do you mean, Cece? What do you mean, what did they come in? Every day is school day, and I hope every Thursday is a school day as well. We're trying to learn and have fun and get more YouTube viewership. No, I'm not doing it for YouTube viewership. I actually spend about a full day trying to find questions and whatnot. Victor should get a real job. I agree. Does anyone know who Victor is? Drink flavourings. Anyway, thank you, Catherine. I do try. Anyway, until we find out who Victor is, let's move on. It's the last question as well, I'm afraid. And it's regarding Nick salts. Does anyone use Nick salts? Who uses Nick salts? We'll drag this on a little bit longer. Who uses Nick salts? Oh, yeah, I know we do, CC. I didn't realise that's what you meant. I do apologise. I thought you meant to use drink flavourings in... Is that my tag? I've admitted this once or twice on here now, and it's quite a secret otherwise. I try not to tell people. But I use 20mg Nick salts in my dripper. And if you've never heard me say that before, that's purely because when I did the 50mg disposable pods, they were 50mg. I did them for about 3 weeks, and it's really hard to come down off 50mg. And before that, I was using 0mg. So I really need to keep myself apart and get it done back down to 0. But hey-ho. So on to Nick salts. They have 2 main features, Nick salt, compared to free-base nicotine. What are the 2 main features? This one's 2 points, by the way. If you get 1 answer, you get 1 point. If you get 2 answers, you get 2 points. Yeah, well, that's the entire problem with doing reviews, CC. Someone sent this. Pardon me. They didn't ask me if I want to review it, they just sent it me. And I said they were 50mg, so I went, which is not even legal in the UK, so I went from 0 to 2.5 times the UK limit. No, Noob, you can answer again if you want. There's 2 actual features in comparison to free-base nicotine. Ooh, it's interesting. We've now got all the right answers, just not all the right people So we'll get like 10 seconds, 20 seconds. I'm just going to vape for a bit, chill out, let you guys answer. And then when I feel we've had enough time, I'll tell you as one. La 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 la. What's everyone's favourite band? I once in a band. Didn't go anywhere, probably because I can't sing or do drums or guitar or bass or. I was a guitarist though. Strange, I know. It fits in pocket. Right, that's enough time, guys. CC's an Aussie fan. I like a bit of Aussie. I think he's overrated, but I do like a bit of Aussie. REM, got a bit of classic there. Elastic. There's a band called Elastic. Nickelback. I've seen. In fact, Michelle, I will send you a picture in about later. I have actually met Nickelback. I've seen them 3 or 4 times, and I've met them. Something else you might not know about me is I've met a lot of famous people because I used to event security. Rolling with the stars, you know. Not like literally like that. Elastic Band. Oh, yeah. Sorry, you got me there. I'm a bit slow. Anyway, let me scroll back up and find what answers. So cool, you. I'm the coolest goof. So cool. With my backpack and my glasses. When I said I were in a band, then we started talking about Nickelback. I was not in Nickelback. I was not suggesting that. So, 2 features of Nick songs. Catherine said it's stronger and smoother, which is half right. Eat My New 50/50 a 10ml bottle, technically right, but that's not really the features. They can contain a lot more mg. Not necessarily true. 50/50, still true, but not necessarily relevantly true. Stronger and smoother, absorb faster, absorb and stronger. Oh, it's going to be hard to score this. But the answers I was looking for is it's smoother. That's the entire point of Nick Salt, because you can hit 20 milligram on this, like this, and it not eat your throat as a freebase should in theory rip your throat to bits. Although I did meet someone last week that's using a 50 watt mod on 18 milligram Nick freebase. Oh man, you're a legend. How the hell you do that? But the other one I was looking for is it is in fact absorbent. It absorbs into the bloodstream a lot faster than freebase nicotine, which is why it's good for people trying to quit, because it gets you more of an instant nicotine relief and yada yada, as well as you can have it in higher dosages and it won't burn back in your throat. Interestingly though, especially seeing as pretty much everyone here uses Nick salts, including myself, I was talking to a rep last week that don't like the idea of Nick salts, and he said back in the day the tobacco industry used ammonia in tobacco because it got to the system faster, made it feel stronger, blah blah blah. Then it turned out it needed to be banned because it was far more dangerous than cigarettes alone. And he said that he feels it's something like that. Although I suppose ammonia is not synthetic as Nick salts are synthetic. Only time will tell. Like I said, I use them. I really don't want. I want to go back down to zero. Shall we set that as a mission? What month are we in? April. Shall we say by April we'll be down to zero? By end of lockdown. By end of lockdown we'll be down to zero nicotine. How's that? And you can't try it with me as well, guys. It's so easy to come down from nicotine. It's more of a mind thing, especially if you're incrementally cutting down. But there we go. So we'll do the scores. Catherine said it's smoother, so you get a point there, Catherine. Did you eat my noob? Derek said it was smoother. Congratulations, Derek. Eat my noob. Absorb faster. Oh, damn, Catherine, I've just got rid of your score. I found it. 6. Derek's on 5. Newbie's on 7. I'll tell you in a second. I've just seen that comment. I'll just give me a second to get these scores down, and I will answer you. Michelle, you get one. Cece, did you get one? I don't think you got one, did you? No. But there you go. So finishing up on me, Michelle got 8, Catherine got 5, Newbie got 7, Derek got 5, and Cece got 5. Congratulations! Before the end of the video, I'll tally that up. We'll find out who's the overall leader. But let's just go back and for a question here. Jug of wine, dude. You can't just appear without saying hello. Come on, where's your manners? What's the advantage of going from 0.3 to 0? For me, it's already like 0. Hello. Well, I actually know somebody that I've known for quite a while, and she has never smoked. She's not addicted to nicotine, but she does vape with nicotine because she says it helps with. I think she's got arthritis, but I think she's got something else, and she's adamant it helps that medically. And a partner swears that it's true as well. So if it is medical benefits to nicotine, and I was going to put it as a question of if nicotine is harmful or not, but it's a much debated thing, so I didn't really think it was fair to put it as a question. But nicotine itself has positive benefits to it medically. The negative things that doctors often say is blood pressure and things like that. But most commonly among doctors and research, it says that nicotine has a positive effect more than it has a negative effect. Well, the reason people think nicotine's bad for you is because we're used to hearing the fact that cigarettes are addictive, we've got nicotine and harmful. But in cigarettes, it's for carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, and the 7,000 other chemicals that's released by the tobacco that makes it harmful. It's not necessarily the nicotine. I were going to say fibromyalgia. I'm pretty sure that's what she might have. We'll just say she has got it because I didn't mention her, so she can't really be insulted. So it does definitely have medical benefits. There you go. You've got a witness on the channel. So coming down to 0 for me were more of I don't want that nicotine dependency. I want to be free from it. But here's what I found interesting. When I went down from 3mg to 0, I had 2 bottles. I had one with 3mg in and one with 0. And the plan was 1 minute I'd fill my tank with a 3, then I'd fill it with a 0, 3, 0. And that way, instead of going down to 1.5, I was just weaning it out and I'd use a bottle with less in. However, it turned out I didn't like the one with nicotine as much. So by the time I knew it, I'd finished the bottle with 0 in, and I'd barely touched the 3mg. And then it dawned on me that when you get down to 3 or 6mg, it's more about your thought process than it is the actual physical addiction to it. And same as after that, I went into a shop and I'm like, dude, I want some liquid. I want that one. He says, oh, we haven't got that flavour in 0 nicotine. 0. It's got to be 3mg or 6, blah, blah. I said, oh, that's shit. Well, no then. And then someone gave me some juice. I kept using it. And it turned out it was 3mg. And I'm like, oh man, I'm addicted to vaping again. But I weren't. So if you cut down, don't be scared to use a little bit of what you've come down from. But also don't be... What I do, I think I've said this before, in my shop I do it because I want to be part of the community, not because I want to make money. So when someone comes in my shop, I go, right, here's your 20mg nic salt on your pod system. In 3 or 4 weeks, we're going to cut you down to 16. And then in 3 or 4 weeks, you come in and go, right, do you want to cut down to 16? And we're like, nah, I don't want to cut down now. Nah, I'm scared I'll start smoking again. And you go, right, all right. Here's one 20 milligram. Here's one 16 milligram. Use the 16. If you do at any point start craving a fag, just bang some of the 18 in and you'll be fine. Guaranteed a week later, they've used all the 16 milligram, but they haven't used any of the 20 milligram. Because they're not craving it. All that happens is your brain goes, right, I need some more nicotine. So you vape some more. So you go from 20 puffs a day to 50 puffs a day. But then as the week goes on, that goes back to normal 20 puffs a day. And then that's the point where you're ready to cut down again. And then you start puffing 50 times a day. And it goes back down to 20 times a day. And that's how it works. And that's what the good thing about vaping, because you can incrementally cut it down. And subconsciously, you won't even be fully aware. Unless you go from like 50 milligram, 20 milligram, half it, then you'll just go straight, even if you've been on 20 milligram for 2 years, you'll still go back onto fags because you're heavily addicted to fags. But if you just incrementally cut it down, you won't even notice. I'm just going to have a quick catch up on the comments because I know there are a lot of comments coming in then. Then we're going to have to round it off because I need to go clap for the NHS. So just bear with me while I catch up on the comments, please. I'm dying for a vape now. Sorry. I'm still just catching it. Just don't mind me. Just watch my hat for a bit. I cut with 80 milligram to begin with, and I was getting nicotine sickness from it. It was more of a nick. Anything over 3 milligram freebase tastes rubbish to me. That's why I use nic salt. When I ordered one of your boxes, I didn't even realise I was vaping zero. See, this is another thing as well. I know someone that used to go to the pub that I ran, and she did 3 weeks with zero nicotine. That's because her partner hadn't put the nicotine in for her. Now, the interesting thing to me is, after that 3 weeks when you find out that you've been on zero, why would you then put nicotine in and continue that addiction when you've just proven to yourself you don't need it? After 3 weeks, it's completely out of your system. But you're good. You go on, I hope that helped. There is some benefits to nicotine, but if you don't feel the benefit, if you don't need it like Michelle does, then I suggest you just ditch it because it's just an addiction. But at 3 milligram, you're not that addicted. And like I said, I actively try and wean my customers off purely for the reason of it's my job to get you off cigarettes. End of. And what I don't want to happen is, I'm not saying that anyone's going to ban vaping. Exactly, Michelle. We like that dizzy feeling. I like going down to zero and then banging 20 just so I can, woo, I'm a bit drunk right now. Drug addict in the making, I'm sure. But like I say, I wean my customers off. And I'm not saying anyone's going to ban vaping, but in my view, if I take your money for 2 years at 18 milligram, and then the government bans vaping and you go back to fags, then I've failed as a vape retailer. So what I want to do is get you down to 3 or 6 milligram. And at that point, it's completely up to you whether you spend the rest of your life vaping or you quit. My job is to get you off fags. That's the entire point of my job. And I think every shop should. So if anyone ever tries to talk you down with coming off nicotine, I generally say, it varies from person to person, but I generally say a month per level should be plenty. So there you go. If any of you guys have ever got any questions like how the hell do I come down, or what would you advise, or anything like that, then come at me. A lot of people ask for recommendations in regards to my favourite RDA or whatever. But I don't like those questions because everyone's different. I can't recommend some. I can't tell you if I like something or don't like something. But it's completely down to individual person. But if anyone wants to know how to quit or whatever else, then, or if for example it's hurting my chest or giving me a headache, then I can always help with that. Yeah, we still haven't found out our victories, have we? I think it was a comment towards me, but in my general not giving a fuck attitude, it kind of disappeared. Anyway, guys, Michelle, CC, make sure you're back here next week because you missed every other one. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure. Let's just do a quick rundown of who's got the highest scores. So, Catherine, you've got 16. Eat My Noob, you've got 15. Jug of Wine, you've still got 7. Jay's still got 7. Michelle's got 13. Tilly Sam George. Derek, you've got 7 now. And I think that's everyone, isn't it? Oh, Cece, you've got 5. Sure, I think that'll mean, Catherine, you'll win with 16 points. It's been an absolute pleasure, you guys. I've got 4 minutes to get to the back door to give the NHS a clap. So all I've got left to say is, what am I going to say? What am I going to say? Go on, go on, go on. There's fireworks going off. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. See you get back here next week, guys. Check in on Tuesday for the review on this and the mag giveaway. Until then, I love you all so very much. Stay healthy and stay cloudy. See, I'm going to do it again. I can't end the video. It didn't work. Stay healthy and stay cloudy.